What's going on, guys? Russo Trades here. I just wanted to talk about how I got another 150K in funding, which is $150,000 with Top Step. So I've had these three Top Step challenges for almost a month now, and it's a $50,000 account. You have to pass the challenge. You have to prove that you're a profitable trader. So in the past 4 weeks, I've made $3,000 on this account, so that was enough to pass it. Now it will become a real funded account, and I'll be able to make real money with that and take withdrawals every week. And here's another $50,000 account. I made 3,000, so I hit the profit target. It's passed. And same goes for this one, another 3K, and it's passed now. So now I have three more funded accounts with Top Step. It's my first time getting funded with Top Step, so that's pretty cool. I'm excited for the weekly withdrawals. I still am waiting on my payout for Apex. I do not know what's taking so long. I had 5 funded accounts with Apex. I um I traded them for a little while. I met the profit target on all 5 of them, but 4 of them I broke the consistency rule. So 4 of them got wiped out. One was eligible for withdrawal, so I'm waiting on that $1,500 withdrawal from Apex. I realized Apex is really slow about everything, so I'm like, let me focus on Top Step and maybe a few other firms in the meantime that are, quicker about withdrawals and payouts and stuff. So now I'm funded with Top Step. This would be nice to get weekly withdrawals. I'll keep you guys updated on that. In the meantime, today, since I passed these early this morning around 8 a.m., I signed up for Take Profit Trader and I got a 25K account with them, which is really cool. So I'm halfway to passing that already. I kind of was trading it risky because it's so cheap, but I might get another $25,000 in funding with Take Profit Trader and hopefully max out with them. What I mean by max out is Top Step allows you to have 3 funded accounts. Take Profit Trader allows you to have 3 funded accounts. So I'm gonna max out with Take Profit Trader as well, probably just 325Ks. Then I might go to my funded futures. Maybe I'll try Apex again. We'll see what happens, but just trying to get as much funding as possible. So when I do go full time with this, I'll be able to, manage, like, have a bunch of different accounts, a bunch of different money coming in from different companies. And yeah, so that's really the update on that. I'm excited for that. I'll show you pretty much how I got funded. This right here, like, this is literally textbook right here. I seen this right when I got home, so I mean, you can draw this however you want. It's just a bunch of low resistance liquidity here. It's not really a trend line, but it's a bunch of highs here that have not been ran. So there it's going to be a low resistance liquidity run ICT calls it. And also we swept this low, we swept this, like, we just keep sweeping lows here and we're not running anything to the upside. So we swept another low here. This was so nice if I seen it. I mean, it is the end of the day, so it's not really that textbook, but we did sweep a lot of lows. Let's see if we had an SMT. No SMT. So we got this right here. And the trade would have been right here. So this was the inverse you would have taken. It probably would have taken you a couple shots. I mean, actually there was really no clean inverses here. That was the cleanest one with the momentum there. I guess you could have waited for this one. I was eyeing this one a lot. I mean, your entry would have been here and your take profit would have been this high here. You would have scaled and put your stop to break even at these two highs here because that's just how the rules go. So either your entry was here or your entry was here. And 7 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, if you're really good, 9 times out of 10, these trades hit all the time. When you sweep liquidity or we're delivering from a fair value gap and we're inversing of singular fair value gap with a lot of momentum. So find the liquidity, find the liquidity sweeps, find the fair value gaps, find the inverses, and you'll pretty much be on your way. I'll show. So this morning, this whole big run up here is where I made most of my money. The reason, well, from here, when I woke up, we had these equal highs. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna go take those out. So I took there was a 5-minute inverse here. It wasn't the greatest risk to reward, but I mean, if you got a funded account that you don't care about, we just inverse like pretty much all of these. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna go hit this. So I took my entry here. It was 25 to 35. So it was only 10 points, but I put that trade on pretty much all the accounts. I wrote it up to the equal highs. I'm like, okay, now we're starting to close above the equal highs. So let's go over here. We're starting to close above the equal highs. And our next target would have been what? Up here, because that is the 1 hour high. So that's the next liquidity point. Since we're so bullish here, and since we're displacing above equal highs like this and above structure like this, like I know we're gonna bounce here. So this right here was another trade I took up to the 1 hour high. Yes, technically according to my rules, this failed, but we did have this inception holding us up. So technically, it was a fail if you traded like that. If you use inceptions, okay, it wasn't a fail. So since when I seen that, I'm like, okay, this is nice. And also this inverse right here, change the color for you so you can see that. So then I wrote it all the way up here, and I actually looked down for a second. I think I was doing something while I was in this trade, and this candle shot up right here. I didn't have a limit order up here. I was kind of just going to market execute out of this position. But when this candle came up here, it was enough to pass pretty much all the accounts. So that was nice. I didn't even end up trading market open because I didn't have an account. And I'm like, you know what? I passed all the accounts. Let me just get another account with take profit trader while my account credentials come in. By the way, for those of you who don't know, since I passed my Top Step accounts today, when the market closes at 6 p.m., Top Step will email me my credentials for the funded account after I pay for the activation fee. So that's how that process works. And then moving forward tomorrow and until I have these accounts, it'll be weekly withdrawals on that. So that's really nice. And here at market open, actually, this one, I did see this. I was watching the market this whole time, even though I wasn't trading. I mean, you could have taken it here. The problem is we had this other fair value gap holding us up here. So I guess you could have scaled here or set your break even here, and it would have been a risk-free trade. I didn't really like that too much because I was pretty bullish today. And then we had this one. Your scale spot would have been here. We hit it. Your scale spot slash break even. So that was a really nice trade here. This one was good too. This short, I guess if you wanted to take it higher up. There was an SMT at the highs. That's why we didn't come to the full TP here. So there was a bearish SMT. We didn't hit the 9:31 a.m. high. So there was an inverse here. The problem is you would have had to wait for this one to break. So your entry would have been here. Your target would have been here. And there was another inverse here. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but it did work out. I mean, these just work out all the time. Like if you see what I'm seeing, you'll know what I mean. Here, we have a bearish SMT at the high, so I know if we get a bearish setup, it would be nice. Boom, bearish setup down to the lows. We had this low resistance liquidity here, so that was good. This setup, this setup was pretty good. This 1 minute, I like how we put in an order block there. This actually dumped. I think I took this trade on my Take Profit Trader account. So my Take Profit Trader account, I think I said it already, is already up. I think it's up like 750. It's a 25K account. The profit target is 1500. So I'm already halfway to passing that. I'll probably be a little aggressive with it because it's just a baby account. We'll see what I can do with it. Take Profit Trader is pretty cool because you can have withdrawals from day one. So I like the sound of that. And right here we had another inverse. I like this one a lot. I was eyeing this because if you look, where are we? Come on. Okay, here we are. If you can't see this, you need more screen time. We have a 4 hour BPR here. I was like, when we started dumping here, I'm like, this is the target. This 4 hour BPR has to get filled. And if we dump through it, we're going down to the lows here. So when I seen that 4 hour BPR, I was waiting to tag it. Once we tagged it, I'm like, okay, we got a nice long setup here. We actually did get a long setup that failed here, but I wouldn't have taken this one because it's so tiny. It's not that obvious. And also, a lot of times, the first manipulation leg here will fail because a lot of people are trying to buy here, putting their stop at the low, and then it will take them out. So I do keep an eye on that. We might have had an SMT on the lows, but either way, this was a good setup because we had a singular fair value gap that was respected to the downside, and then we just ripped through it, disrespecting it like it wasn't even there on the upside. So that was a good trade. Your target would have been this intermediate term high, and obviously that hit. Um, there was a short here. I guess if you were bearish, I wouldn't have been bearish because we were so deep in discount, and you would have entered here, and your target would have been these smooth relative equal lows here, which obviously hit. But I wasn't bearish here, so I wouldn't have taken that. Plus, I was in the long trade from earlier. What else? After this, I was pretty much done trading for the day because I met I don't want to break the consistency rule on the Take Profit Trader account. I literally just got it today. Oh, this one was nice. I showed this one actually. I'll go show it. I sent this out in the Telegram that I run. By the way, if you want to join a Telegram, that's free. And all we talk about is trading stuff. A bunch of my boys are in it and a bunch of motivating stuff. And we just go back and forth, anything trading related. I'll put the link in the comment section or the description. And yeah, just join that. It's free. And, you can meet some people and be part of a cool community. So that was the trade I'm talking about. Let me go to the higher time frame though. So here we know we retraced to discount or we retraced to premium here. We were bouncing from this would have been like a 5 or a 15-minute fair value gap, but I just draw it on the 1 minute for now because here we'll go to the 5 minute. So it was a so you can see this better. It was a 5 minute gap. We're bouncing off of. We're also bouncing off of OTE or premium discount, whatever you want to call it. And we we have a nice big 1 minute fair value gap here. So the thing with this one is I'll go back to the Telegram and show you. All these little highs kept getting swept. We kept sweeping the highs. We kept sweeping the highs, kept sweeping the highs, and we were leaving all these lows unran. So I'm like, okay, we got some displacement down. We got a little market structure shift. We got a retracement to the fair value gap, and it held. I like that already. It looks like a 2022 model. And now we're getting our 1 minute Ifvg with huge displacement. I'm like, this is perfect. Um, your entry would have been at the candle close, and you would have taken it to sell side, which was an unbalanced fair value gap right below liquidity. Actually, I was just targeting here. It was pretty much the end of this low resistance liquidity. Because when you see low resistance liquidity like that, we normally run it. As you can see, we ran it. And so that was a really nice trade. It was like a mini market maker sell model on the 1 minute chart. It ended up completing right there. So that was really nice. And obviously I showed you there's a couple inverses in here. I probably won't go over every single one, but you can see with your own eyes. Either we had a liquidity sweep or we had a delivery or there was something that made these good. And I went over that last one. That last one was pretty nice right here. That was solid. So that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you guys today. Tomorrow I believe is CPI. We have a lot of low resistance liquidity that we've been seeing up here on the 4 hour for a while. We swept this low here on the 4 hour. We do have data lows here. So I mean it's really 50-50 here for CPI. So we'll see what happens. Or I think it's CPI. Let me check real quick what we got tomorrow. Um Tomorrow is April 10th. So we'll go to April 10th. Don't know why the computer is doing that, but okay. Well, I believe we have CPI tomorrow. We have a big news coming because I know Monday and Tuesday was trash because we have news Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will be the best days of the week because we have red folder news. That's when the volume will come in the market. That's when we'll get a lot of volatility. So just keep your eyes open for that. Like I said, it's very 50-50. We could sweep the data lows and then go up, or we could sweep. I mean, it's not really a sweep at that point because it is all-time high, so you can't really say we'll sweep it. But yeah, it's 50-50 here. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Keep grinding, keep going, and thank you for the love, thank you for the support, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.